Welcome to Duke's United show, and it's the big one. It's a very big one. Manchester United versus Brentford at Old Trafford. And look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard because we know what we're like without Casemiro. Garf, how are you doing today?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yeah, looking forward to it. Like I say, big game. I think realistically, top four really hinges on us getting 3 points out of these sort of games now. We've got to be, like, it's no offence to Brentford. I know they're in seventh and everything, but if we've got designs on Champions League football, we've got to be winning these games. This Everton, the smaller teams. And I say no disrespect to these teams because Brentford are absolutely superb at the moment. So, but got to take 3 points.
Mate, it's going to be tough. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough, this game today. I just, from the last game, just thinking about it over and over, and I'm just like, man, we're going to struggle. I just feel like without the midfield, you know, Ten Hag took the words right out of my mouth, actually. He actually said, the game is won and lost in midfield. He was talking about but people are talking about, United down tools. I really don't think they did. I think they're just not good enough, without Casemiro and these boys in the side, because when they're not in the side, we are just like the others. We're just like a Brentford. We're just like a Brighton. And anything can happen on any day when you're playing against that kind of team. And that's just the difference. If you look at it, Liverpool now, their players ain't even changed. When you look at their starting 11, their players have not really changed. They've just got that little bit older and they're no longer competitive at that top level that you need to be at. And it's not easy to see, but I can see it. And I'm sure but some people, obviously, as some fans, they just say, they're just not trying. And it ain't that. It ain't that easy. It ain't that simple. So, yeah.
No, I mean, not like, we're talking about the Newcastle game. People saying that we down tools in the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
No. We fought as well as we could. The gaffer made a brave, some will say stupid decision, taking off 2 centre-backs, going for the win, or going for the point, I should say. I didn't understand it, but he knows what he was doing. And we lost. We lost on two lovely crosses, basically. It's just one of those games. No. The Liverpool game, at 5-0, we probably did down tools a little bit. I've been in them games more times than I care to remember, Nate. Honestly, mate, more times than I care to remember. 6-0 down at half time, and you're just looking around like, mate, ref. I remember distinctly saying the ref was, how long we got left, mate? It was 15 minutes. I'm like, you mean 4, mate? 4 minutes we got left, bruv. Because no way, I'm walking. I ain't doing this. 15 more it is. But no. I never like saying players with down tools. Sometimes last season, I'd say there were players looked like they weren't putting a lot of effort in, and I think that was fairish. But again, the whole club was under a cloud, man. It's not the same, you know what I mean? If you're not feeling 100%, you're not going to be able to put 100% in, and your mentality is a big thing about it. You're getting thumped every week, then surely you're going to be a little bit down, mate. You know what I mean? So
you know what? Let's just bring up the stats on that last game. I just want to have a look at that because let's take a look at exactly what's happened here in the last game, because the fans are really more talking about the winning of possession, the winning balls, the second ball. It's not all here, but if you take a look here, they had 6 shots to our 1. We had more possession somehow. I don't know how that happened. Our passing accuracy was somehow better. That didn't make no sense. Where's the real stats, man? Where are the real stats? Because they did win more tackles. They did win more everything. So, okay.
Yeah, they were more combative, but I can understand the possession and the passing. I can. We just had no penetration against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Literally, nothing was going through. And again, it's going to sound like I'm digging out Weghorst, but everything that went to him bounced off him. It was like watching Lukaku at his worst. Nothing was held up. And then you think about once Martial came on, we did look a little bit better in possession up front. And so, nothing went through. 1 shot on target, that's a disgrace. There's no 2 ways about it. But again, these games happen. We're not the best of the best yet. And I've been saying this for a while. We're doing well here and there. We're playing well. We're lucky that Chelsea and Liverpool are doing so poor. Well, that was a boring game last night. That was a poor game last night. Anyway, side note.
Oh my God.
We are a team in transition. We are in the middle of a rebuild. He needs another 3 transfer windows, Ten Hag, until I can start saying that this is his team. He's working with a bunch of players. They've come from 5 different managers. When you think about it, De Gea was signed by Alex Ferguson. So you can go like, you know what I mean? Our team is it's a mismatch at the moment. So yeah, I'm not having that. We didn't down tools.
No, I don't think we down tools. I think I just think we like I said before, I don't think we were ready to be able to handle a team in the top 4 or top 5. I think it's a bit different, you know, when you come up against the teams. This is it. I'm saying they're going to be a little bit better than us because we don't have our main man in midfield. He's an engine runner. Like you said, he's a cement between the stones. Like we don't. A lot of people don't realize what he does for us. I 100% can see it, and I'm not going to say anything other than United are weak without him. We are very weak without him, and we can't deal without him. So today is a game where I'm going to have to say we're going to struggle. I believe we're going to struggle. I don't want us to struggle, but look, I'm just going to say how I feel and what I think. Brentford are coming. They're going to bring the pain to us. We ain't got enough to handle a game like this. And remember also, this was the game where everyone started talking about Martinez at the back and you can't handle the aerial threat and all this nonsense. I wonder if the manager's going to think about that and maybe put Shaw in the centre back. But then I was thinking, if Casemiro wasn't there and he played Shaw at centre back, that might make a difference. But right now, I'm playing Martinez because we won't get out at the back at all if he's not playing. So I don't know what you think, but yeah,
100%. No, you got to play Martinez and Varane. 100% got to play him. I think Martinez has grown accustomed to what is expected of him dealing with high balls in the Premier League, and he's done it very quickly. I don't think you'll see the same bullying of Martinez that we saw in the first Brentford game. I just don't see it coming, Nathan. I don't see it coming. He's up for it. He's definitely up for it. I wouldn't put Shaw at the centre back. If anything, maybe Lindelof, maybe, because he's a proper old school. You know what I mean? But then you're taking out Varane. That's what I mean. If anything, I'm taking Varane out, Nathan, not Martinez. But I wouldn't do that either. There's no way I'd do it. So
you can't take your best men out for a game like this. You just got to go and get on with it and see what happens. Yeah. It's a tough one. It really is a tough one to figure out what we're going to do in that midfield. I know what you've gone with, and I love your team. I absolutely love your team, and I wish Ten Hag's going to do that.
Oh yeah, no way.
I'm putting up what I think Ten Hag's going to do rather than... So it's good to have that little mix because your team is my team, but the team I think that he's going to pick is the team that I've put on as well. But look, let's take a look at them. Obviously, you would have listened to the Ten Hag presser. I did anyway. They were just getting on. See, this was the thing. They were getting on the fact that they know Weghorst ain't done enough. He ain't done enough. And the fact that Martial's back and he's a great finisher. You know, would you need to put him back in? And they was talking about Weghorst, Wout not being good enough. Gary Neville in particular saying he's not a Man United level player. And he had to defend him. He obviously going to defend him. Yeah. He's done well. The team's won. And look, blah, blah, blah. But we know you have to say that. You can't say, he's not the best. But, you just can't. So... It was one of them ones, but look.
Yeah, Sir Alex was king of defending his players. King of it. Like unless you really annoyed him, he was defending you to the end. He wouldn't take no nonsense about his players. And this is because I was going to sign up. I wanted to be a journalist younger, but this is exactly why I could never do it because it's just you're digging for an answer that he's never going to give. What do you want him to say? To be quite honest with you, it's the worst managerial decision of my life signing Voot. Absolute. What is it? It's just like a tree. Don't do nothing. Like, come on, lads.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? That's why everyone liked Ragnick because he just said it how it was. He's like, listen, we need to get 11 players in, mate. With 11? Can you imagine the players coming in the training ground going, 11 players? You taking a mick? That's all of us.
That's like when you're on a 6th monther, mate, you can do what you want, can't you? When you know that you're pocketing 2.5 mil or whatever it is and walking away at the end, you can just be like, Maguire, awful. But then again, to be fair, looking back on it, he named a few players that have actually turned out all right for us now. So, quick side note, Ragnick, to all Man United fans, he come in, he was the star of this. I know his performance as a manager was poor on field, but we should have listened to him. We should listen to him straight up. We need these players. We need these players. We need to get rid of these players. He set the groundwork for us to move on from some of these boys.
He totally did. Remember when he was supposed to be the one above? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
supposed
he's
to
going
be
to be
him
director of
and Ten
football.
Hag.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Ten Hag said, nah,
Yeah.
I'll do it myself. I believe exactly what you've just said, but listen, you don't need to be here for me. I
No,
already
yeah,
know this. Get out. I can do it myself. And that's, to be fair, it's good that he did move him on because he does know exactly what Ragnick knows.
yeah.
And what it is some players are bit part players. Not bit part, but some players are players that help the system. We need now system players, the players who are the system. And we don't want everybody who helps the system trying to play the system role. And that's the difference now. And when you get too many of those that help the system in one team, you obviously end up losing games. And then when they are players who help the system, I know it's a bit saying the word over and over again, but what happens is those players are appreciated now. And you start going, oh, this player's doing well. Fred, you're doing well. McTominay, oh my gosh, you done okay in that game. Because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to help out. Remember when Lingard was in our squad? He was a help the system player, and he was not a main system player. So Casemiro, Martinez, Varane, they're the main system. Rashford now, Bruno, that's it. Ericsson, they're the main guys. Sure, I don't know if I said sure, but look, that's the main. And then everyone else is helping. Can we bring in a main system striker? Can we bring in a main system right back? Can we do that? Can we?
Yeah, we got to.
We haven't really got a player who really takes it by the scruff of the neck on the right yet. I don't think Anthony's really cemented that.
No.
And again, like no striker position. And that's really the main thing. And then there's no backup for Cassie. So we need that. But anyway.
Or Ericsson. Yeah. Sorry, Ericsson. I was about to say this. I have this conversation with people all the time, man. The main system players, like you're talking about, we need them. We haven't got them yet. What we have got now is the players that win us titles. And what I mean by that is you need these backup players who can do a job. That's how Man United won titles for many years under Sir Alex Ferguson. Jesper Blomqvist. There's always someone I bring up. Jesper Blomqvist was not a good player. Like, he was decent. He weren't great, but he done a job. Like you say, Lingard, we had them all through. Jonathan Greening didn't play that many games. Oh, you played with Greening, didn't you? Obviously, I'm guessing. Yeah, great player, not quite at that level of Man. You know what I mean? But done a job. You know, he's got Champions League winners medal. You know what I mean? You need these players, man. So never, like, just quickly, would you sell Scott McTominay at the end of the season to Newcastle?
Yeah, I would.
Newcastle, would you?
Yeah, I would. He's not going to make no difference to playing against him. I don't think he's got enough about his game that would worry us, if you get what I mean. When we're looking for the bigger players, if we get like a Rice in there, we know he's going to outsmart. He's going to be better than a McTominay game in, game out. If they played against each other 10 times, I'd expect Rice to outshine him 10 games. So it's one of them ones. He might get an odd goal like the Longstaff did before. Remember, Longstaff banged that goal and then he scored again, and we're like, is he going to be our kryptonite? But look, they are what they are.
Do you remember that? After he scored that goal, everyone was like, "Oh mate, we should sign him. We should sign him."
And we were going to sign him. We were, and his brother. It's his brother that bagged as well. And we're like,
his brother that bagged. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, let's buy him. I'm like, what's wrong with Man United supporters these days?
Reactionary.
We are after anyone and anything. Mate. But anyway, let's take a look at Brentford, where they are in the league table, because they're doing some bits. They're doing bits right now. They are 9th in the table. They got 10 wins. We got 15. Okay, 5 difference. But let's take a look at just them. They've drawn 13 and lost 5. Just 5. They've lost less than us. They've actually scored more than us and conceded exactly the same. So they've actually
only lost 5 games, Nath. Wow.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
That's the fourth best in the league.
Yeah,
I did not know they only lost 5 games, man. That is awesome. That is fair play to Brentford, mate.
I'm telling you, mate.
Again, I know that pretty sounds patronising, but that's outstanding work from the entire Brentford, everything, backroom, everything. Yeah. So we've only lost 5 games all season. That is really good, man.
They are no joke. Let's take a look at their last game. They drew with Brighton, who are another scary side, by the way. They are no jokes either. They are going to be a team we're going to struggle against. So, and they drew 3-3. And Ivan Toney and Jensen have bagged against them. Who else bagged the 3rd goal then? Doesn't say. That's a bit weird. Let's take a look at it on there. Oh, yeah, Pinnock scored as well. So they do play 2 up front, as you can see. And as I've always said, Garth, playing two up front is dangerous, mate. Because all you have to do is do route one, ball flicked on, and you get a chance. And then wingers flying past you, you win one of them headers. It's like playing intricate football. You don't even need to play intricate football. And that's why these two, Mbrena, I don't even know how to say his name, but Mbrena, whatever you say, and Tony.
Kinder Bueno.
Kinder Bueno. So yeah, it's gonna be tough dealing with those two and the way they attack us. And come to think of it, like they're gonna be tough, mate. They're tough. They're big guys. Everyone's massive as well. And take a look at their top scorers. Ivan Toney's on 18 goals, mate. 18 goals, 5 assists. Let's take a look at his shot accuracy now, yeah? Because this is what I tell you about when it comes to strikers and being top notch. What is his goal conversion rate is 25% and his shot accuracy is 54%. So he's hitting the target 1 out of 2 times. But he's probably having a whole load of shots, surely. Total shots 71. Let's quickly check that versus Rashford. Rashford is 67% shot accuracy, 28% goal conversion, and he's had 96 shots. He's got 27 goals. So he's actually flying, Rashford. He's way ahead of him.
John. But you think it's only a 3% on goal conversion. Like they're pretty much the same on goal conversion. So,
but this is the thing. As a striker, I think obviously Tony is out and out 9. So he should be better finishing than a person who comes in off the wings and cross and gets shots off, because they're more likely to miss chances, miss the target more often. So Tony should be actually better as a number 9 with his finishing. He's just behind Rashi. That is something that I wouldn't be happy with myself in terms of moving, trying to buy a player who we need to be like a proper marksman in the box. That's why I need a Harry Kane. I need a Harry Kane. He's going to bag me 30 goals, and that's him. I think the low side of Harry Kane would be the high side of Ivan Toney, and that's why I'd want a Harry Kane. I think to make the massive difference for us, that will be him. Toney will be a good player. Like I say, it'll be good to come in. It'll be much better than any other player that we've got that's coming in. That's just like a normal striker. But if we really want to take it to the next level where we don't need to buy someone else to then get up to the levels of these guys, Harry Kane is the man. You know why? Option. Even over Thingy as well. Even over. I'm going with him over Osimhen. Only reason why is because it's proven. I'm not trying to not be proven and do a flipping. Look at Chelsea are doing right now. Going to buy players, so many players, 100 mil, and they're nothing. None of them are anything. Like, I've not seen a thing from any of their players. Nothing, Garf. It's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, mate, for me, Harry Kane's the only option for this system now. Quick side note, let's hope Ivan Toney's got a bag of sand on a Man United win, because then hopefully he won't. But Harry Kane's the only option. Toney, I like Toney. Obviously, you all know, people who watch the show, I've been a big advocate of Ivan Toney coming to Man United. But I think now you're entirely right. It has to be Harry Kane. And I won't lie, I know you've been a big advocate of this man. What I'm thinking now is you drop Bruno back into the Eriksen position. Yeah. And you get João Felix to play in the AM centre role behind Harry Kane with whoever you want on the wings, man. That's the dream. That's the dream now. Because apparently we've got big interest in João Felix, and I can't imagine it's to be our number 9. I can't imagine that. We've seen what he's doing at Chelsea, so that'd be very tasty. I think a very tasty. And my question here is: would you be happy with it sounds silly, but would if we could only sign in 2 players, would that be enough for you in the summer transfer window?
Give me the 2.
Felix and Harry Kane.
Oh,
we need more. Yeah. We do need more than that.
But I know we need Casemiro as well. We need a Casemiro helper as well. If we got those 3, like those 2 plus a Casemiro player who can play there, great. No, to be fair, the most important is a Casemiro replacement, because if Casemiro gets injured, we are down to a mid-table team straight away, instantly. So if you don't have a striker but Casemiro's playing, look what we're doing right now. You know what I mean? So he's the main difference maker. You need like a Camavinga, I think they had a fight. Tchouaméni and Camavinga had a fight. One of them is going to be leaving. I heard from what I heard. So hopefully we can just steal in there and take. I hope it's Camavinga leaving, but probably won't be.
Yeah, Camavinga's not. Would you say Camavinga's a replacement for Casemiro? It's not.
I think he can do that job in there. I think he's a defensive midfielder who can get the ball out of the back and then pop it around. He just seems to be that kind of guy who can do it. And obviously, he's not as combative, going around smashing everyone, but it's not that side. It's the side of getting out. It's the side of being able to keep the ball under pressure and then get the ball to other people and bypass the press. We need that, man. Big time. And I've seen him doing it for Real against Liverpool, both games. He was bossing that midfield. Absolutely bossing it. So, yeah. Let's take a look at United anyway, because we haven't even seen United. Obviously, take a look. We're fifth in the table. Fifth now, I cannot believe we are now fifth in the table. Yeah, it's not looking good. Well,
is it no wins in 3 as well? Is that how that works that way?
Yeah, no wins in the last 3 games. And this is our last 5 games where we've played. I just need to put in my charger before it dies. But Garf, take over 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's bad. When you really look at it, it's quite bad, mate. When you think about it, we were lucky against Leeds, the 2-0. We probably should have drawn that game. We were very lucky against Leicester. They should have been 2-0 up at half time. When did we play Liverpool? I don't remember that game. Anyway, I don't remember that. Southampton 0-0. You've got to be beating bottom of the league even with 10 men. And then, a very abject performance against Newcastle as well. So it's not great reading, mate. It's not great reading at all for us at the moment. And I think that's expected. I think maybe we were all joking when we were talking about the title run. We all said the same thing, that we've got, like, we can't lose another game, like, if we're going to be in it. Like, it was just a hope. We never really believed it. But I do think that we're running. Alex makes a great point. Our colleague Alex is like, the squad is paper thin, and what we have got are running on fumes at the moment. We've got so many games that we're playing, and I'm not one for tiredness. I don't mean that, but mentally tired, like physically tired. I don't believe in that. Like you're professional athletes, you know what I mean. Yeah. But mentally, it probably does, especially when you're losing or not playing well. It probably does start getting on you a little bit. And mental fatigue is a thing. So
sometimes
we've got to find
come out. Yeah,
we need to find some energy from somewhere. Is what I was going to say there, mate.
Yeah, sometimes you do need to come out of the firing line sometimes for like a game or two and then go back in. I feel like Ten Hag's doing a great job with that side of things, where giving people the minutes they need at the times and taking them off at the right times and stuff. And, look at Martinez last game. He's come off with like 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes, and he's angry. He's upset that he's come off, I'm sure, as well. So I feel like he's done all right with that side. I just feel like it's more to do with the quality. And you can't expect Rashford to be on absolute fire for the whole season. It's just not going to happen. He's going to come into a role now. See, it's weird because you go in cycles, as a player, when you get hot and you stay hot for a little while and then it goes down again. So now we need Rashford to come back hot again. Like, he's not even, he's not looking like he's on fire anymore. You play Mario, Rashford had the star on him. Like, you eat the star, you're like ding, 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 and the stars run out at the moment. But we need him to catch another star. And once he catches another star, maybe he can run it up to the end of the season.
So for our younger audience, what Nathan's talking about here is a Nintendo Entertainment System game from about 1989. I'm telling you, mate. I know exactly what you mean, but purple patches, especially with strikers, you know it yourself. You have your purple patches, and then you don't score for a little while. But again, when you're getting no service, let me ask you that: when you get no service all game, like, what do you do to get through that? Like 3-4 games, you've not scored and you're not getting any service. Do you start having wild shots? Do you start thinking that you've got to score? Or do you just stay calm and know it's going to come back at some point?
Chances wise, that's obviously, I don't know if you can go through 4 or 5 games not having a chance.
Have you seen Weghorst play?
He's had chances. He's shot and he's missed the target. Like, he's getting chances. He's missing them. Like, what? How can you hit the side netting from a nice angle where you can go across goal and stuff like that?
That was bad, man. That was so bad. You had to go across the keeper there. But anyway,
I'm like, what is going on? It takes so long to hit the shot, and then the shots get blocked, or he just hits them wide. He just never hit a nice shot yet. And I thought he had that in his locker, but it must have been looking at the Germany, and when he was in Germany, it just looked like he has acres of space, loads of time to just control it and put it where he wants, and it looks easy. It looked like he could finish, but now looking at it, coming under pressure, you're at Man United, yeah, you got proper balls into you, proper quality, and you're not getting goals. You're just not good enough. It's that simple. Like, I can't say any more. He isn't at the levels. We've said it a million times, but yeah, he's just not ready to be able to take that mantle and get us goals. Because I think any kind of okay striker, you know what? I was speaking to some friends of mine, and he was like, imagine like Heskey in this side now. He'd be bagging goals. Remember, he was at Liverpool bagging 20 goals. He'd be scoring goals now. You talk about any other good strikers, like good strikers that were in the Premiership doing okay. I think even Darren Bent, you put him in this side, he bags you even like the same amount of games Weghorst have played now. He bags you 15 goals, like not 15 from them, maybe 10
I know what you're
from
saying.
them.
Bent was a goal scorer, mate. He was a bags man, bro. So like, you could go down. This is my problem. We'll get back to this. This is my problem. You could put anyone in there. Like, if you don't even have to name good strikers. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You can go down the list. You could put you know what I mean, like them lower tier Premier League strikers, like Harewood. Did you play with Harewood? Someone like that.
Yeah,
or was it Nugent, the Cardiff fella?
Yeah.
Like you put any of these boys in there, they're scoring goals, mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's what like any of them. But this is what's kind of with their course. If you were in his position now, Nath, like, how much is this getting on top of you? Like, or is it all about mental strength now, and just not worrying about, like, knowing that your form's going to come to fruition at the end?
Garf, something I'm going to say, I don't think anyone's ever said this, but it's just come into my mind just now. He's in nosebleed territory. He's just the same, but at the other end of the pitch. We've got someone who's in nosebleed territory on the other end of the pitch, and we know who that is, Maguire. Weghorst is pretty much the same at the other end of the pitch, where what's he expected to do at this level is score goals, at least 1 in 3, at least. He's not scoring at all, really. He's pretty much not scoring at all. He's only scored 2 goals, I think, and them goals were rebounds off the keeper who's had shots. Both goals were rebounds, and then the rest, he's had plenty open chances to score as well, not scored. So for me, it's like nosebleed church. He can't do any more. He can't physically do any better than what he's doing. Same with Maguire. He can't get any better. He's not going to do any more than he can. At his best, he can have the star, and he ain't going to do any better. And same with Weghorst. So that's just the way it is. We need, obviously, players who have the ability to do more. And that's it. We just got to wait till the end of the season and make do with what we've got and just try and support him as much as we can. And hopefully he gets 3 goals by the end of the season, if he plays. And remember, if he plays, if others are injured. Not we don't want him playing ahead of Martial. I want Martial playing all day. We cannot have him sitting on the bench and Weghorst starting. It doesn't make sense. But is he ready to start and play 90 minutes? I'm not so sure yet. That's why you probably could see a Weghorst playing today. Or you could see a shuffling of the pack.
That's what I'd like. That's what I'd hope. This is what I've been saying. Like, surely Ten Hag has seen that Weghorst, when the chips are down, isn't going to nick us that goal. So I would definitely, if Martial ain't starting, which we'll get into my team in a minute, but then I would reshuffle the pack and put Rashford through the centre. I know that ain't his best.
Put your team in. Put your team up now, because your team now. I'm putting it up. Talk to me about your team and your starting lineup and your expected goals. It's all here. So talk to me.
Well, listen, this is what I would play. This isn't what I think Ten Hag's going to do. I agree with you, Nath. But the way I'm going is, after what I saw against Newcastle, we need a reshuffle. We need to do something. So Wan-Bissaka hopefully is back for me. We need to go straight back in the right back. I don't think there's any question about the other 4. I don't think anyone can supersede these players, no matter what if they're fit, they've got to play. Varane, Martinez, Shaw, De Gea got to play. I'm dropping Bruno back into the Eriksen role with McTominay. I think McTominay was one of the few players that done all right against Newcastle, and against someone, we need that height in the box against Brentford. We need that muscle. I just think he's got a little bit more about him in that department over Fred. If we were playing better, I'd have Fred in there. When McTominay comes in with me, and then I'm going with the most attacking front 4 I can think for this team: Sancho in the aim centre role, Anthony on the right, Rashford on the left, and the big man AM9 through the centre. I just think this would be a very attacking team and a team that can push Brentford back, hold them back in their half, and just attack. But again, as I always said, I am not a gaffer. So, and then goal scorers, this is more Rashford, obviously, I think first name anyone puts down as goal scorer. And then Martial gets his first start, gets his first goal since his injury. And that's what I'm hoping for today. A nice 2-0 win. Because I agree, it's going to be tough, but exactly what I said about Newcastle, I think it's going to be the first goal really matters in this game. Yeah, it really matters in this game, mate.
I really hope your team plays, because that team looks all out attack. No joke. Yeah. I'm going for it. Let's go attack versus attack and see who wins.
And if Sancho don't do well in the first half, obviously he comes off. You move Bruno up and you put Sabitzer in there. You put Fred in there. Yeah. Like it's not a drastic change, if you know what I mean. If it ain't working by half time, so
yeah, I got a feeling. I was kind of, we never get it right, do we? We never get Eric Ten Hag's team right, but I have a feeling. And you know what? It's not even like me wanting to be doom and gloom. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom here. I'm just saying what I feel right now is gonna happen. Like, it's weird for me to actually have to put this out here, but this is why I'm saying it before I put it up, because it's Old Trafford. We haven't lost at Old Trafford for a long time. It's been a fortress. But listen, if anyone can come to Old Trafford and do something, it's Brentford today. And I got a feeling we ain't winning. I'm looking at here. I remember Varane, Martinez, Shaw. I think he's going to go with McTominay and Fred, which won't be enough for us. No. Bruno in the hole, Anthony on the right, Rashford up front, and Sancho on the left. I don't think he's going to want to bring in Martial too soon to start. I think he'll have to come on at half time at the best. And then, like I say, I'm in an iron whether Sabitzer gets in there or whether Weghorst actually starts and then Rashford just goes on the left and Sancho doesn't play. I got a feeling Anthony will get one of his chances and he'll curl it in. Finally, obviously, like I said, the law of averages, he hits the stand, he hits the stadium, and hits the fans about 7 times, and then he gets one right in the top bins. I think this is the game where he gets one in, but I feel like we are going to get beat. We don't have control of the midfield. We ain't going to be able to handle them two up front, getting the ball down and running in behind. I think we're going to struggle. We haven't got a player in the midfield that is going to control the game for us. That's where the game's going to be won and lost. And I don't have a good feeling about this game. Brentford are well equipped. They know what they're doing. They know how to play. They know their game like the back of their hand without even opening their eyes. United are not there yet. United, it's funny saying that because we were winning game after game. If Casemiro was here, Eriksen was here, I'll tell you something completely different. And if we weren't coming off the back of watching us getting whooped and also watching us scrape victories against teams at the bottom, I wouldn't be saying this. But they're fifth for a reason. They've scored more than us for a reason, and they've conceded exactly the same as us for a reason. And that's with all our players in and sometimes out. Brentford, that's all their players who are consistently playing like that. So at the moment, I think they got the edge over us. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, the herald of bad news, Nate. What's going on here, mate? But you got to be bringing people up on a Wednesday morning. You know what I mean? They're at work. They don't need to hear this, fella. No, I know where you're coming from, though, mate. I can see it. I don't mind that team too much. Sorry, though. Like, apart from McFred in the centre, because we've seen that they can't control it. I don't mind it that much. Like, for me, we just I think if Weghorst is out of the team, then we're a better option. We're a better team no matter what. I can see that team winning. I can see that team winning, Nate. I can. A cheeky 1-0.
You remember what they did to us last game, yeah? Remember what the score was?
Yeah, 4-0. I remember, mate, yeah. But again, we had Maguire at the back for that game. So
yeah, we had Maguire at the back, yeah.
Yeah. I think our back line is a lot better now. They're more drilled. Our back line isn't a problem. It really isn't. Like, I think they're all right.
Yeah.
It is what you said, though. That game in the midfield. Listen, Fred and McTominay, they've both done well in games this season. What we need, if they play, we need them to be their absolute best. If they're anything other than their absolute best, which is usually a 7, then yeah, I agree with you. We probably don't come out with a win, mate. But if they can give us, if they give us one good performance, mate, I think we come out with a cheeky win. I really do.
Yeah. Let me ask you then, because look, you look at the Liverpool side, yeah. I know it's Liverpool. Who cares? But the point is their back four is pretty much the same. They were watertight, like the season before. They won the league the season before that, whatever. They were up there. Everyone was saying they're second. It's Man City, Liverpool, first and second. They have dropped off so far, and they have the same squad pretty much. What do you think is the difference? Because from what I see, it's not the protection in the midfield to help the defense be the same, and also the defense have got a little bit older. But for it to be that much of a difference and Liverpool to just be a pushover now, who can concede chances left, right, and centre, like they're Man United now, why do you think that's happened?
It's a culmination of things. You've named a couple of them already. I think losing with Dowden was tough on them because their centre midfield's weak now. Fabinho's old, not got the same protection that he's giving. Milner can't do it. Henderson also, who's a stalwart and has been a great player for them, lost a bit of it. I think Virgil van Dijk is. I think Virgil van Dijk's an ego thing. I think he believed his own hype a little bit too much, and now isn't. It's the wrong way of trying, but when you're trying to prove to everyone you're the best, like you put a little bit more in them tackles and stuff like that. He's lost a yard of pace. They haven't reinvested, mate, is what it comes down to with Liverpool. And I know that before we see Liverpool fans in the comments saying they tonked us 7-0. Yeah, I get it, but that's a one-off game for you. Like that was a one-off game. You done really well in it, and we capitulated. But I just think reinvestment with Liverpool, I think, are very much like us. They had their one team, their 11 players that did a job for them, and they've done it well. Mane's another big loss, actually, as well. Sadio Mane. And they haven't reinvested. They haven't brought the right players in. And just like us, if we lose Casemiro, if we lose Eriksen, we're dead in the wall. We haven't got the team that we've got. You know, if we lose a Varane or a Martinez, we're dead. We're not the same team anymore. And I think that's what's happened to them. They're just not the same team. I admit, I agree with you. The drop-off has been unbelievable how quickly it's happened. Like, just bang, done out of nowhere. But I suppose if you have 4 or 5 players in a team that all at the same time lose a bit of pace, lose a bit of agility, that does happen. I suppose I don't like. Yeah, it is weird though. There's no two ways about it. You know what I mean? I'm hearing people talking about Jurgen Klopp should be sacked, and that makes me angry, man. Like, come on, people.
After all these wins, you know, all of this.
You know, after he's done everything for you, yeah, you've got a little bit of a bad run, and now all of a sudden he ain't a good manager anymore. No,
that's liberties. That's just taking a mick there. But I've got that's what I mean. People don't realize the difference it makes for when a player loses. You know what? I remember before Van Dijk came, I was saying Liverpool are a defender and a goalkeeper away from winning the league, and that's because their whole team was looking strong. Now, let's say Van Dijk wasn't there. And you got to keep it. I wouldn't say they're just a defender away from winning the league. So I feel like you're right. He's gone down a little bit, Van Dijk. He's gone down a bit in terms of what he's got, but he hasn't got the same around him either. Like you just said, really, everybody is going down. It's exact carbon copy of what happened with Tottenham. They were top, coming in second, coming finals, Champions League. Then all of a sudden, the next season, Rose gets older, Vertonghen's older. Was it Vermaelen? No, Vertonghen and whoever the other centre back was. I think they're both Belgian. Both end up.
It was Vermaelen, wasn't it? It was
Vermaelen, but I'm sure it's Vertonghen with someone else.
Anyway, yeah.
It was another defender because Vermaelen was at Arsenal, wasn't he? Is the other defender. It was both of them who played. I can't remember, man. But anyway, they just died a death straight away. And the one thing Alex Ferguson was very good at, Sir Alex Ferguson, very good at before it happens, finding the players to come in so that transition is not so bad, so we don't drop off as we're winning. We may have had one season where we just missed out on winning it, but we just win it the next year because that transition meant that we obviously lost a few points. And I think this is what's happening with City at the minute. They're having transition, and now they're slightly behind of the pace that they've set for themselves. And Arsenal are actually coming to that level where they are going to be a team to be reckoned with, because they just need to continue adding the strength to their team, because they are
young team. Yeah,
they are team, good footballing team. And young. Yeah, they're going to be here for quite a few years to come. So
100%.
That's what Arteta did, innit? He infiltrated the system at City, got everything, the blueprint. He said, I'm right. See you later, guys. I'm off. I'm going to go and do my own thing at Arsenal.
Just briefly, Toby Alderweireld was the other centre back there. Yeah, Toby Alderweireld. It didn't just come to me, people. I did check my phone, so it wasn't like it just popped into me.
But yeah, look, we've got the team sheets. I'm going to be on the Stretford paddock tonight, doing a watch along. So we'll be doing we'll gather our thoughts and come back the next day, and we'll have a chat about it the next day. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can get the victory. I hope Old Trafford and home advantage does the job for us. I hope that we get the win because, like I say, I'm feeling a little bit negative. I feel the same way I feel exactly the same against Brighton, by the way. I think Brighton's going to be a very tough game. Every other game for the rest of the season, I'm not too worried. But the Brighton game and this Brentford game, mate, telling you, it's worrying.
Quick one before we go in, like 60 seconds. If we lose this game, is that top four slipping away from us? Do you see it slipping away from us, top four? Do you think we still got that?
Yeah, I think we still got ability because Casemiro will be back and we'll win games. And every team in and around this is going to be losing games. Like when none of us are strong enough to be a team that goes on a crazy run. We can if we have everyone fit. Everyone else, they can't. They're going to be exactly like we are right now. And that's them as normal. The difference is we're slightly ahead of them if everybody's fit. But that's the problem. Everybody hasn't been fit. And unfortunately, we've lost Casemiro for 7 games this season just through red cards, which shouldn't really be red cards. So it wasn't really fair. But what can you say? It's happened and we have to deal with it. And we are now in a dogfight with all them teams. And I still believe we will come out just in there in the top 4. Whether it's 3rd or 4th, I don't know. But we are definitely staying in that top 4. That's for sure. If everybody stays fit. Everybody has to stay fit, Garf. Otherwise, it's not happening. So, yeah.
Fair play. So,
yeah. Anyway, that's it from us today. Join us for the match reaction tomorrow. Hopefully, with a nice win. And I've got to say, Garf, I hope you pick your team, mate. I hope
Very
nice.
nice.
That team's banging. That team is banging. Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show again, Garf. And
pleasure as always, mate.
Seeing you on the post-match reaction. Peace out.